see, and there's this reporter, Higgins. He found the number and called Harold, and he was on the other side. They wouldn't, BIA police would not allow him in. In fact, they threatened to tase him. Tribal chairman, they were trying to tase him.
They work for him?
Bullshit. They work for the government.
Yeah, I know, but there's
no BIA works for the United States government under the Department of Interior. Okay? So they think they have the authority to make some decisions.
That's how they can activate everyone.
Yeah. So we see, under Public Law 93-638, we have what they call it, the self-determination. Okay? So we took over our own schools, and they were under BIA. We took over our own schools. The first one was Raymond, New Mexico. The second one was in Oglala on my reservation. We had to fight our own people to go with the 638. We're all treating BIA like they're a big brother taking care of us. I said, shoot, we're prisoners of war. I said, we're trying to, do our independence here. I said, we need our own school boards. And that's what happened across the reservation. That's what happened over most of the reservations in the United States under Public Law 638, call it 638. And so now BIA still exists as a police force, but we have tribal police. If they had called up tribal police, they wouldn't let people in and out, and stuff. But I don't know if he has, this reservation has any tribal police. From my understanding, they were under BIA. Okay, and Harold Frazier is the only one we deal with at this time. He's an activist. He took an active stand when Banco was trying to drain the wetlands and build resorts and cabins and hunting lodges, and activists stood up. They occupied an island for 18 months before the tribal councils got together and they voted against it in state court. And those people were there all through winter just like us. They lived on this little island. And those of us on the outside, what we did was we'd all pitch in for gas money for them when they came back and clothing. So they took turns, and Harold was there. When I talked about it, he was listening, and when I got finished, he said, "You're right in everything you're saying," he said, because I was there.
Good.
So,
Regina, we just want to say that we're here to support you.
Oh, thank you very much.
We're honored to be able to stand with you, and we heard that you were a Navy veteran. Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
We brought a gift for you.
From a sailor to a sailor.
Yes. Right.
We brought your standard to you, your Navy flag, and we want to present that to you.
Oh, thank you very much. I've always wanted a Navy flag. I really did. This is awesome.
And we'll be here at camp for many days supporting and helping, and anytime you need us to stand with you, we'll be right here in front of you with our flags.
Okay, so we took a treaty stand on this issue. That's why we brought Harold in. And this morning, I threw out the meeting for 9. They were trying to negotiate with me, and I told them I couldn't do that. Only Harold could. So we got a hold of him. He walked in. They wouldn't even allow him in, but he walked in and surprised us. Oh, it was so good to see him, But he said he had meetings with the lawyers this morning. So I said, well, I only threw out the time because I didn't know what else to do, So he said he would get a hold of the sheriff and set up a meeting. And I suggested that he have it here. Okay, he said, okay, he's okay with that. But he had business to take care of this morning. I said, set the time and, we'll get the tent ready so people can come in. So that's where we're at right now, and Harold's taken over, and I'm so happy. And I don't know what other tribal chairmen are going to help support him to take a treaty stand with us. But we're all Chechi known as the Great Sioux Nation, and we made that treaty, and it's our nation-to-nation agreement. And even Tim Johnson, in the congressional record, addressed the treaty tribes in the state of South Dakota. And he mentioned that the Treaty of Fort Laramie Treaty of 1868 is a nation-to-nation treaty, and that we have the same standing as the United States making treaties with other countries. We have the same standing. So when Standing Rock happened, we took the treaty stand. Now we are going to take back our Chechi treaty territory. Okay, so that's what we're here for. Okay, and the tribal councils are under the BIA, but they're still Chechi as a people, and they can take a stand with us, and that's what we're looking at right now. I'm thinking about it anyway, but they have to make some decisions. And what was so awesome about it, in January, Harold Fraser became the Great Plains president of the treaty councils, for the treaty people. I mean the tribal councils chairman. He's the president, and he's been able to work with other tribal chairmen for different things, and he can continue doing so, bringing the people together. And that's what we stood on, 1868 treaty. I was brought up on a treaty, and I sat in with a treaty council, and I was criticized for it by somebody saying women don't sit in treaty council meetings. And I said, it's women that choose the leadership. We watch our children, we watch our sons, and then we put them in the center, and they take the responsibility. I sat on that treaty council until my son or my nephew couldn't take my place. And that's where I'm at now. I stepped back. My son, his name is Charles. His Indian name is Wiakazi. He represents our Jewish faith, the Pioneer Association. So I'm able to take it easy now and sit back and drink coffee.
Cedar tea.
I'm really happy for that. But they approached me when it's negotiated. I guess I was the only elder that's standing in here. And we took that treaty stand. So that's what we're doing. And I'm glad you guys are here.
And the veterans are here to stand with you in any
Yes.
way we can.
Okay, because we all, as veterans, raised our hand to support the U.S. Constitution. Article 6 of the U.S. Constitution says treaties are the supreme law of the land.
Oh.
So here we are, standing together under that. That's what you're supporting. The treaties are the supreme law of the land. And I really, really appreciate you veterans for coming. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I'm honored to accept this. That's an honor.
We wanted you to have your standard here.
Yes, my youngest son was a Desert Storm. He was a Marine. And so what I did when I lived in Las Cruces, I went to the store and I bought him a flag, Marine Corps flag. So on the anniversary of the Marine Corps celebration they do in November, I take this flag out and hang it up.
Good. Good.
But I wanted a Navy flag too.
Nice birthday.
All right, and I thank you very much for this. I'm honored.
Can I get a photo with you and them?
Sure.
Yeah, big flag.
All the veterans.
Position for flag.
Right.
Yeah, any veterans want to get in there? Come on, guys, go.
Jake.
A little
Get over here, Beth.
Yeah.
Travis.
Get away with you.
Everybody say Black Snake Killers!
Black Snake Killers!
How about Minnie Wachoni?
Minnie
Minnie
Wachoni!
Just up, yeah, left.
How about Treaty Stand?
Treaty stand. Article 6 of the U.S. Constitution. Article 6.
Article 6, U.S. Constitution. Veterans are taking a treaty stand on behalf of the Oceti Shakoi, Great Sioux Nation. There you go. You got the flag.
Just up still.
Straight out of them.
Only when ordered.
So enough, you then.
We're still here, world!
We are still